I'm Sean, O'Kane Connolly, and basically I started Undiscovered Moons of Saturn in around about the year 2000, 2001. I began composing stuff with the idea of creating music that sounded like space music.
My name is Danny Erickson. I am 15 years old and I play guitar in Undiscovered Moons of Saturn, mostly with the violin bow. I joined Undiscovered Moons at the start of this year, about that, and before I joined was mostly sort of Sean making space sounds, and I think when I joined, Sean said he wanted to take it more post-rock, kinda.
I randomly uploaded 8 tracks to mp3.com. They went straight to the top of the dark ambient charts and stayed there for months, and I didn't know why. And I hadn't checked my account for, I don't know, a few weeks, and it had just been soaring up there and people had been playing it and sharing it and listening to it, so I thought, well, I might as well make something out of it. Basically the purpose we've got is to create an atmosphere of kind of alienating, disorienting, drone doom noise with a lot of tune and a lot of melody, as opposed to a lot of noise artists who just want to grab someone's head and shake them till they can't understand anything anymore. Want it to sound as orchestral as possible at the same time as being quite heavy and otherworldly sounding. I've got this poster. I got it from London Planetarium when I was about 9 years old, and it pictured Saturn with 7 of its moons. And then I started thinking, you know, that's interesting. Did a bit of research and found out there's more than 7. There's like 26 known moons at the moment, and they're always finding new ones because some of the matter from the rings collides and creates new orbital bodies. I like to draw a lot of inspiration from that, like the mystery rather than science behind it. Yeah. Sometimes we'll play with groups that are sonically a lot different to us, like a straightforward rock group or a heavy metal band, or something that doesn't reflect anything we do. They seem weirded out that we're a two-piece, and we're okay with that. There's some people out there with more of a limited understanding because of their genre focus. Their genre focus might be completely separate to ours. We're still happy to play, we enjoy it. Sometimes the crowd might think otherwise.
There'll be a few people in every crowd who will sort of appreciate it. Like the gig we played at Okura, it was very divided between people looking very confused and people who were like, yeah, okay. That lady at the back who was just sort of glaring at us the whole time, she probably wouldn't want to talk to us, but I think they would be glad that there's some actual melody now, and it's not entirely just ear-hurting, beatless drone.
Yeah, we still gotta bust that out every now and then though.
Yeah.
Alright, so Indirect Response was, and is, my current metal band, and we were established about 2005, and we're a little bit different to what Undiscovered Moons of Saturn does. We're still going. I've just got to finish the 3rd album, which we've been working on for the bulk of the last 2 years. To me, it's kind of like I've not entirely dropped the responsibilities of being in Indirect Response, but I'm onto something else now and I'm having a lot more fun with it and it's a lot more exciting. However, Indirect Response did push me into new crowds and meet new people, and there's people sitting here in this room that I met through Indirect gigs.
I had seen them play at a gig, and it was my first gig actually, and I found it really he had a sort of cult-like following back then, and I did find it really amazing. And then later on, we saw him working at JB Hi-Fi, and just decided to go talk to him. And since then, I sort of did things like brought him Miso Soup at work on a regular basis.
I knew there was a huge amount of like musicians and like artistic and creative people in that one area of the North Shore. Danny was one of those. I knew he was a musician. I knew he was real into like not so much the common run-of-the-mill everyday metal stuff. There's a bit of knowledge of more of an underculture, which is really cool. And yeah, I think Danny mentioned I had a cult-like following. You know, being a cult leader, you've got to have, you know, your weapons master, someone to control the great giant squid that you own, and, you know, basically work on religious propaganda. So Danny was definitely one of those people.
I did look up to Sean quite a lot, and yeah, I found him really interesting, and I always found it, like, you know, I found him really incredible, like, seeing him at gigs and such, and now instead of, you know, looking up at him on stage, I'm like looking across at him. So yeah, that's nice.
Danny's like a real, like one of my best mates at the moment, and yeah, I like where this is all going. We're going to be like writing a ridiculous amount of music. Danny's already submitted so much music to Undiscovered Moons of Saturn that I'm the lazy one now. The bro.